There's a lot of cleanup for utility workers and others in the wake of yesterday's big windstorm.
You know, from one end to the other of the metro area, this cleanup goes on in Core Harlan in Northeast Portland's Alameda neighborhood tonight with more. Core?
Well, Jeff and Jennifer, a lot of these utility workers and tree crews worked all night long to get the limbs off of power lines, get the lines restored in some cases. Here's a live look at this big fir tree that fell over right in the middle of the Alameda neighborhood. It's been sitting there for most of the day, and as you can see, still has a long way to go.
Well, that's a nice tree.
The huge fir tree that came falling across northeast Dunkley Thursday evening tore down everything in its path. Utility lines and anything really hanging from overhead poles was torn off and left in a jumbled mess.
And it was really blowing in gusts real hard.
I asked neighbor Bob Hunt what happened. He says that he had just gotten home a couple of minutes before the tree fell. He says the wind was making so much noise, Bob didn't even hear the tree fall.
And the only reason when I recognized something was wrong, I came out, the lights of the pickup were on.
The lights in the pickup were on. Everything else about the pickup is finished.
Oh, that's a neighbor's car. It was his car.
Flattened by the force of the falling tree. Not far away at Northeast 12th and Hancock, utility workers got ready to hoist a new utility pole in place to replace the one that had the top shattered out of it when tree limbs fell over power lines.
Yeah, it was a lot of sparks.
That's according to Jill Putnam, who says the sparks from the explosion lit up the sky like it was the 4th of July.
And we heard the explosion and we could see, everything just lit up. I think it exploded twice and it was huge.
In Beaverton, the now infamous flame ash tree strikes again. This one narrowly missing Barbara Lorraine tore up the water line to her house when it fell. So many of these ash trees blew over during October's windstorm, the city said it would drop permit fees to cut them down. I asked Barbara if she thinks the waived permit fees is enough. They need to do a little bit more about getting more of these out of the ground.
They need to take responsibility and take away the danger, because this is dangerous. It's a dangerous situation.
Boy, those ash trees in Beaverton, a lot of them blown over this fall. Here, back at a live look here are some utility workers. These fellows have been working on overhead poles, utility poles, actually getting them back in shape to take some more utility lines here in the very near future. I did reach out to the city of Beaverton, by the way, on this ash tree situation there. They have said previously that they are waiving permit fees to cut down ash trees in the city of Beaverton there. I talked with a spokesman in the forestry department late this afternoon, says there's no further steps planned there other than waiving the permit fees for a lot of folks that are worried about those falling down in the wind. We're live here in the Alameda neighborhood of Northeast Portland. Core Harlan, KOIN 6 News.